Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Galalujah. I'm Lee Goldberg, Chief Meteorologist here at Channel 7 Eyewitness News. I've been given the honor of preparing a forecast for tonight's gala, and fitting we're on our virtual weather set for the virtual gala forecast. And I really like what I'm seeing. A layer of celebration and excitement as far as the eye can see. I'm predicting smooth sailing for our speeches, our musical guests, and all the celebrations for our incredible honorees. Got some late data in too. This celebration extends all the way down to the Sunshine State and back up to Tennessee. Pretty incredible. My advice, you stay inside, you stay safe, and watch for the next hour, and you will enjoy long-lasting effects and long-lasting enjoyment from this event for many months to come. We congratulate our honorees and enjoy Galalujah.
Welcome to the first never annual virtual gala of the Westchester Jewish Council. We hope you are keeping safe and healthy.
Galalujah. We are grateful to celebrate 45 years of the council this evening, together with members of our wonderful Westchester Jewish community, our treasured interfaith friends, and our esteemed public officials.
Tonight, we honor three wonderful people who deserve to be celebrated: Council President Lisa Roberts, Harriet Kaplan-Suval, and Mark Suval.
The wonderful and talented Broadway team of Bruce Sabbath and Dan Michike will entertain us, adding to our festive mood.
And Cantor Gabi Schwartz will send us off by singing a beautiful psalm just before our beloved Elliot Forsheimer says goodnight.
The Jewish people have often been separated by barriers and distance, but we always manage to come together.
The power of the Jewish spirit to connect, even in challenging times, can never be broken.
Our virtual gala on this cold January night is another example of that, as our hearts glow with joy and celebration.
We hoped for a room filled with people and wine. Instead, we are virtual and watching online.
We've got some songs to entertain while you attend from your own domain.
There's something here for everyone, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the fun.
Please join us as we toast you, our council members, our donors, and supporters, for whom we are grateful. You are the reason we are here tonight.
It is an honor for the council to serve in the role of central convener and connector in our community.
Together, we have a bright future and a more connected Jewish community.
Hello out there in TV land. Next year, in person.
Galalujah. We are grateful. Thank you.
Galalujah. Galalujah.
Since 1975, the Westchester Jewish Council has been bringing together individuals and organizations that span the spectrum of Jewish expression. We not only connect, convene, and strengthen relationships among Jewish organizations, but we also partner with other ethnic and faith-based groups, elected officials, and the community at large. Our roundtables allow professionals and volunteers to share information and best practices. When the COVID-19 pandemic arrived, we immediately convened community leaders to respond to their needs and help them navigate this new experience. Security is a major focus of the Council. Our relationship with Community Security Initiative, a joint project of JCRC and UJA, gives the Jewish community its own first responder, Bill Hayes, who offers communication and training to our members. WJC is a link to local government. We work with elected officials and law enforcement to maintain communication in fighting hate crime, building relationships, and more. We recognize leaders in our community and help develop new ones. We host cultural events and educational opportunities like the Nights of Music and Learning and the annual Jewish Music and Arts Festival. Offering major events such as Israel Independence Day, Yom HaZikaron, and Honor Day help to strengthen our relationship to Israel. As does marching in the annual Celebrate Israel Parade in New York City. Financial support for all that we do comes from ongoing fundraising, grant support from the UJA, and member dues, but mainly from generous donors like you to our annual gala. Thank you.
hello there. I didn't know I had company. It's so nice to welcome you to our annual gala honoring our good friends, Lisa, Mark, and Harriet. And what a pleasure it is to introduce our president and dear friend and honoree, Lisa Roberts. Before we look ahead, maybe it's best to look back. If you look at the screen, you will see that exactly 11 years ago tonight, our 34th anniversary gala took place and honored a dedicated and emerging council leader, Lisa Roberts. Take a look at the photo. It may have been Lisa's bat mitzvah, but it is indeed Lisa. Today, 11 short years later, how fitting it is to honor Lisa once again for 11 more years of unparalleled service, including currently serving as our president. Through daily phone calls and countless emails, I have learned what we all knew, that Lisa is a fine and genuine person. Her dedication to her family, friends, work, and volunteer efforts is always sincere and exemplary. For example, after her multi-decade career at the beloved Rosenthal JCC, she did not miss a beat in ascending to the presidency of the council, or that Lisa was an effective president of Temple Shari Tefillah just 5 years ago, and she still remains a member of their leadership. Or perhaps most telling of all is that Lisa can be found every Friday afternoon leading Oneg Shabbat services at a local nursing home as a volunteer. In all that Lisa does, she does it with grace, excellence, and kindness. Note that Lisa is not without flaws. For example, she and John live together in 2 homes. Nothing wrong with that. But neither one is even in Westchester. One is in Mayapack and one is in Florida. That's awkward, but no worries. A few years ago, our friend, the chairman of the Board of Legislators, Ben Boykin, made Lisa an honorary Westchester citizen. Problem solved. Lisa, time limits do not allow me to go into greater detail of our gratitude and in particular, my personal thanks. I consider myself blessed to have gotten to know you these last few years on good days and lesser days. On behalf of the council, staff, board, and indeed our 130 member organizations, we thank you for your leadership that has been marked with skill, understanding, and humility. Thank you, Lisa. We love you. And now it's Lisa time.
Thank you for that introduction, Elliot. I am so touched and grateful to the Westchester Jewish Council for this honor, and I want to thank all of you watching for supporting us tonight. This gala has always been my favorite Jewish gathering of the year, a time when the Jewish community from across the vast range of Jewish organizations comes together to greet friends, to thank our elected officials for their support, and to shine a light on the work of this special organization as together we strive to enhance and strengthen Jewish life in Westchester. The Council's sole purpose is to connect and strengthen our Jewish community, and we all benefit from the work done by our dedicated staff, officers, and board members in the areas of security, government relations, connecting Jews to Israel, and to other ethnic and faith-based groups, among others. And by convening, communicating, and collaborating with more than 130 member organizations across the county to help them better engage Westchester Jewry. This last year has been a challenging one for all of us, and sadly, we cannot yet be together the way we want. But as a community, we have stayed strong and engaged. We have helped our neighbors. We have rallied against anti-Semitism. We have fought against racial inequality, and we have shown our resilience. I am proud of the key role the Council has played during this time and look forward to brighter days ahead. My husband John and I have always taught our children how important it is to use your life, to share your gifts, to find your purpose and dedicate your whole heart to it. And I couldn't be prouder of our children, Carly, Q, Dave, and Marissa, for the good they bring to the world. They and our beautiful grandson Milo are the greatest blessings in John's and my life. In the end, a fulfilling life is not about your own personal accomplishments. It is about the contributions you made and the footprint you leave behind. I have so much to be grateful for. My family and friends for their unwavering support, my synagogue community for the home it has provided, the dedicated officers and board members of the council with whom I get to work, and of course my gratitude to our professional staff, Elliot, Pam, Donna, Lori, Helene, and Margot. There simply is no better team. And to the Gala committee, led by Elizabeth and Melissa, and Debbie and Bill and Nancy, along with Gigi, Michael, Aaron, Michelle, Jeff, Jeremy, Bonnie, and Arlene, who all worked to make this virtual gala such a success. Yasher Koach to my fellow honorees, Harriet and Mark, for their extraordinary communal contributions. I am thankful and proud to be part of this community, and I am truly humbled by this honor. Cheers.
Thank you, Westchester Jewish Council, for having us. I'm Bruce Sabbath, and this is Dan Michike, the music director of Wicked on Broadway, and we're so happy to be performing for you tonight. We asked our 3 honorees a series of random questions, really just to find out what kind of songs we might sing for them tonight. So for Lisa Roberts, we found out that she loves George and Ira Gershwin, she loves Stephen Sondheim, and she loves Carole King. So we put together this little set for her. They may take you from me, I'll miss your fond caress, but though they take you from me, I'll still possess the way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on that bumpy road to love, but I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, all the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. Marry me a little, love me just enough, cry but not too often, play but not too rough, keep a tender distance so we'll both be free, and that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little, body, heart, and soul, passionate as hell, but always in control. Want me first and foremost, keep me company, that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready now. Oh, how gently we'll talk, oh, how softly we'll tread, all the stings, the ugly things we'll keep unsaid. We'll build a cocoon of love and respect. You promise whatever you like, I'll never collect. Right? Okay then, I'm ready now. Someone, I'm ready. need me to be with you, I will follow where you lead. I always wanted a real home with flowers on the windowsill. But if you want to live in New York City, honey, you know I will. I never thought I could get satisfaction. I'm just one man. But if anyone could keep me happy, you're the one who can. Where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away from me. Yeah, marry me a little and I'll follow your lead.
UJA Federation of New York is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Sha'arei Tikva is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
The Holocaust and Human Rights Education Center is grateful for Westchester Jewish Council.
Benham Shalom is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
American Friends of Soroka Medical Center is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Hadar is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
We here at the Jewish Community Center of Harrison are grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
The JCC of Mid-Westchester is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
My name is Rabbi Josh Lookstein, and I'm the head of school of Westchester Day School in Mamaroneck. I'm grateful for the opportunity to thank Westchester Jewish Council for everything that they have done for Westchester Day School and other area day schools during this tumultuous, to say the least, year. The council has been with us every step of the way from the beginning when they convened a meeting and a press conference with the governor and other elected officials. I know that council was not created for the pandemic, but it actually feels that way. I know they've done amazing work before, but they've really done above and beyond during this last year with information, with support. There's a strong sense of Imo Anochi B'Tzara, that they are with us in a time of need, and this has certainly been a time of need. So on behalf of Westchester Day School and other area day schools, I want to thank the council. I want to say congratulations to everyone, and especially to the honorees.
Kol Chazanim, the Westchester Community of Cantors, is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Scarsdale Synagogue, Temples Tremont and Emmanuel is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Students and Parents Against Campus Anti-Semitism is grateful for Westchester Jewish Council.
Congregation Emmanuel of Westchester loves the Westchester Jewish Council.
Friends of the IDF is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Greenberg Hebrew Center is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
The Pelham Jewish Center is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Thank you, WJC. Temple Israel Center is so grateful for your good work on behalf of our congregation.
Mazal tov to all of the honorees.
Good evening. I am Dr. Elena Procario-Foley, the Brother John Driscoll Professor of Jewish Catholic Studies at Iona College. Solidarity, not partisanship. Unity, not polarization. Healing, not pain. This is the noble and intensely necessary work of the WJC's Interfaith Intergroup Roundtable in our communities. I recall a 2014 program on women's rights in the Abrahamic traditions sponsored by the Roundtable. There were Protestant, Jewish, and Muslim panelists. I provided the Catholic perspective. It was a very constructive conversation. Many audience members commented about how much they learned and how their perspectives were opened up to new ideas and relationships. A lot has happened in our world since then, and sadly, as you all know,
the need to combat hate, lies, so-called alternate facts, and every form of bias, from anti-Semitism to Islamophobia to anti-Asian sentiment, is more important now than ever. The Interfaith Intergroup Roundtable is on the front lines of the battle against hate, building bonds across difference, creating unity in diversity, and fostering stronger, more just communities. Thank you, WJC, for your work, and congratulations to all the honorees.
Kind, compassionate, thoughtful, generous, ethical, wise, strategic, intellectual, and dare I say, even artistic. These are some of the many attributes and values that Mark embodies. My name is Ronnie Rubenstein. Mark has been my mentor, my guide, and my friend for nearly 15 years. I can think of no person who has had a greater impact on my journey. Mark's life has been guided by 4 building blocks: the institution, the individual, family, and community. Mark has done much to build Jewish institutional and communal life. He is driven by a love of the Jewish people, Jewish tradition, and Israel. Mark is a natural-born leader. In building institutions, he has served in countless leadership positions at UJA, JDC, and the Barringer Hirsch Foundation, to name a few. Mark has vision and has made an impact. He literally envisioned and ignited the field of civil society in Israel, a field that today is firmly established. He also thinks outside of the box. Many of us here have heard Mark ask the critical, probing question in a room. He can be both the team player and critique, fiercely honest and devoted. But Mark is also driven to help ordinary people in need. He cares about the person. Mark spent years teaching math in a Bronx public school to the most underprivileged middle schoolers. He asked the principal to send him their most troubled children, and that was Mark's classroom. He also taught for years in a women's prison. Mark is a devoted husband and father. Ask Mark anytime about Harriet, Kara, David, and his grandchildren, and you will see him light up. Finally, Mark builds community wherever he lands, whether in a committee room at UJA, a Torah study group in his home, a public school classroom, or in his Westchester community. Mark is the sticky glue that brings people to the table and then binds them. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening. Ronnie, special thanks to you for the lovely introduction, for your friendship, and for the partnership we've developed working on projects over many years. I want to thank everyone involved in making this a very special evening. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your diligence. It is really, really appreciated. In particular, kudos to my friend Elliot Forsheimer, who has always been my go-to person regarding Jewish issues, and who I personally consider the unofficial Pope of Westchester County. And of course, congratulations to Lisa and to Harriet. There is something wonderful about a virtual gala. Hundreds of Jews and not a single complaint about the food. That shows me that we really have a lot of hope. But on a serious note, we do live in very turbulent times. Partisanship has run amok. Compromise has become a thing of the past. Science has become political. And individualism has gotten to the point of selfish narcissism. Once we felt confident in certain things, it's no longer the case. This creates a particular paradox for Judaism, which is above all else a religion of community and a religion of respectful discourse. In fact, our primary religious text, the Talmud, is a compilation of rabbinic dialogue through the generations of respectful disagreement between many parties. We talk about Jewish values, we talk about a big tent, Am Yisrael Chai, but we often fall far short of our proclamations. Where am I going with this? It's a very good question. The Westchester Jewish Council's mission is a shining example of what our community should aspire to. Respectful and tolerant dialogue, promotion of Jewish values, and inclusion and bridge building, both within the Jewish community and outside of it. Whether enhancing inter or intragroup dialogue, Jewish identity building, Israel education, or dealing with the important communal issues of the time, the Council is front and center. Westchester Jewish Council represents a Jewish population of 150,000 people, 60 synagogues, and 130 Jewish organizations. That's a staggering number of Jews. WJC is the glue that binds us together, that convenes and consults, that promotes and enhances our community. For that, I am very grateful. And I want to thank you all for being here, for your support of the Council, and for sharing this evening with us. Thank you so much.
All right, so for Mark Suval, we found out that his favorite movie is Casablanca, his favorite Broadway show is Fiddler on the Roof, and his favorite color is light blue. So we put this together for him. Blue sky smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, see how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say, I love you. On that you can rely, no matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight love songs are never out of date, hearts full of passion and jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate, that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd pity, pity bum. If I were a wealthy man, in Yiddish, han den kalten Wasser, en nicht reingetan, gewollt gehad, ein Deidel, Beidel Geld, und gewinn a Seidel, Edelmann. Oh, tis mein Weib, mein Gold, setz schon neuse Gewirter, geht mit der Geuder, mit der Beuch. Macht ein Zimmis, stamm in der Brust den Tag. Sie wischt dem Schweiß und sie bloß sich, geht schon wie ein Pave, hoi, es geht von ihrer Räuch. Schatten aller Diensten, bald 3 Jahre. Was tust du denn dem? Und jeder Gewehrenstadt wird kommen zu und fragen mir. Und wie bei Schleume Hammelech, geht in Hitzer mir ich bet, kratsch die Boot, Reptevje, sag da Wort, Reptevje. Hat die Scheide Zeug, der auf die Pace dreht. Bye bye. Sis versäcken schon nach Gemine, sie meinen verhodet haben. Wer ist reich, versteht, Chazon es euch. Wenn ich bin ein Rothschild, hebe die, da. Ganze Tag wollte ich sich bin die Baum, wenn ich bin ein reicher Mann. Hey, hat den kalten Wasser, nicht reingetan, hebe die, da. Gott, was warf von Himmel dem Mann, beschließt, ich bleiben eure Mann. Was wird schon gestellt bei dir dem Plan? Yeah, I were a wealthy man.
Congregation B'nai Yisrael is incredibly grateful and thankful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Thank you for all that you do for our community.
Keshet is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
We are the Young Israel of Scarsdale, and we are grateful. Galalujah!
Bethel Synagogue Center is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Durot Westchester is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
J-Teen Leadership UJA is extremely grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Westchester Jewish Community Services is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
The Hebrew Institute of White Plains is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
AJC Westchester Fairfield is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council. Good evening, I'm Emily Cohen. My involvement with WJC goes back to when the C stood for conference. My very first roundtable, 16 years ago, connected me with Durot Westchester, and I am now committee chair. The Council's yearly Yom HaShoah commemoration, co-sponsored by the HHREC, is particularly meaningful and special. Currently, as president of Congregation Emmanuel of Westchester, the President Roundtables provide an invaluable network and support system. 11 years ago, I was honored to receive a Julian Y. Bernstein Distinguished Service Award, and I treasure the beautiful ceramic tzedakah box. The Council's embrace of the Westchester Jewish community has continued to unify us, direct and lead us, and strengthen us. This virtual gala is replacing the in-person one Richard and I always look forward to. And while we miss gathering, WJC's mission is not diminished. I am thankful for the connection and engagement the Council provides for all of us.
When Webster considered the term community building, the dictionary definition should just have read Harriet Kaplan Suval. Let me tell you about my friend Harriet. When Harriet discovers something wonderful, spiritual, fascinating, unjust, unfair, ridiculous, or infuriating, she passionately gets behind it, in front of it, and around it. And not to be mistaken with a spectator sport, she embraces it, figures out what she can do about it, and look out, she figures out what you can do about it too. The Jewish community is incredibly fortunate to count Harriet and Mark as passionate supporters. I remember early in my relationship with the Suvals, Bill and I were invited to dinner at their home. About halfway through the meal, it became clear to me I was not leaving that night without a commitment to becoming a life member of the Westchester chapter of Hadassah. A beautiful and treasured part of my relationship with Harriet is sharing her passion for Judaism, Israel, and Tikkun Olam. So many of my memories of UJA and Wexner trips to Israel included Harriet and Mark and the amazing experiences we were able to share together in the pursuit of learning and Tikkun Olam. Harriet has an unusual ability to not only measure the impact and value of what exists, but she can also see things that are missing. She'll start sentences with, "Do you know what we need?" And watch out, because that means you're about to be recruited. So for example, after her eldest, Kara, finished her bat mitzvah year, Harriet saw a void in the Jewish social space for teens. She didn't bemoan the emptiness, but rather she went to work. She rolled up her sleeves and started meeting with synagogues and the board of rabbis to figure out how to create a Jewish teen center. Her unwavering energy, attention to, and support of the Jewish people is something to behold, honor, and I remain in awe of. I happily join the Westchester community in honoring her tonight. I am proud to call her my friend.
Good evening. I'm so grateful that so many of our friends, family, and colleagues are with us tonight, including the Westchester Jewish Council community. Thank you to Elliott, WJC staff, Gala co-chairs, and leadership who have worked incredibly hard to make tonight special. It's a privilege to be honored by WJC along with Lisa and Mark. Lynn, I really appreciate your beautiful introduction, but even more so for your close friendship over the past 40 years. I'd like to focus my remarks on the importance of community in my life. I'm confident that many of you will relate to feeling a part of, working on behalf of, and feeling embraced by our Jewish community. And that is what WJC builds and protects: community. When I first moved to New Rochelle in my mid-20s, my amazing mother, Lily Kaplan, a Holocaust survivor from Czechoslovakia, encouraged me to become involved in Jewish causes through both philanthropy and active participation. I became involved with Hadassah and then UJ Federation of New York, in Westchester, and in Manhattan, learning about issues locally and in Israel that I'm passionate about, from supporting disadvantaged populations, such as Ethiopian Israelis, to supporting NGOs working to create a more cohesive civil society in Israel. It's been extremely rewarding collaborating with other lay leaders and professionals who share similar priorities. Through my additional involvement with other organizations like American Jewish Committee and WJC, as well as my synagogues, Hebrew Institute of Riverdale, Romemu, and Bethel Synagogue Center, I have continued to feel part of caring communities where I can learn and grow, give and receive, and form lasting friendships and personal relationships with others, many of whom are here tonight. Feeling part of and embraced by our Jewish community in good times as well as in times of loss add joy, comfort, and an incredible sense of fulfillment to my life. During this pandemic, the importance of connection to other people, groups, and institutions has hit home even more, highlighting the role we each must play in helping our communities and relationships flourish. Aren't we so fortunate to have the Council as such an integral part of our community, responsive, caring, and connecting? Thank you all for your support of WJC and for honoring us with your presence tonight.
All right. So for Harriet Suval, we discovered that her favorite composer is Leonard Cohen. Her favorite songs include those written by Mark O'Connor, who I hadn't heard of before, but he's a fantastic composer. And her favorite holiday is Hanukkah. So we put this set together for her.
I've heard
I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool ya. And even though it all went wrong, I'd stand before the Lord a song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, 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 Well, I'm still driving my daddy's van, my soul in the sky, my head in the sand, chasing the dream that withered long ago. I got aches in my back and aches in my heart. When the music ends, the hurt will start, 'cause there ain't no freedom on the endless road. And I said, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, I'm running low, and I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home with the next sweet sunrise up on high, 'cause I'll be dead before I die if I'm on my own. I'm coming home, yeah, I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home with the next sweet sunrise up on high, 'cause I'll be dead before I die if I'm on my own. I'm coming home. Light one candle for the Maccabee children, thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. But light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering pain we learned so long ago. And light one candle for all we believe in, that anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
Temple Beth Abraham is grateful for Westchester Jewish Council.
J Street is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
ADL is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
The LaFell School is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Hi, this is Rabbi David Wilfond. On behalf of Temple Sharei Tfilah, we want to say thank you. We are grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Plaza Jewish Community Chapel is grateful to Westchester Jewish Council.
We at the Jewish Education Project are grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Bet Torah is grateful for the Westchester Jewish Council.
Hallelujah,
בקודשו, הללו ברכיהו זו, הללו בגבורותיו, הללו כרוב גודלו, הללו בצלצלי שמה, הללו בצלצלי תרועה, כל הנשמות הללויה, הללויה, כל הנשמות הללויה, 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 הללויה. הללויה, הללו אל בקודשו, הללו ברכיהו זו, הללו בגבורותיו, הללו כרוב גודלו, הללו בצלצלי שמה, הללו בצלצלי תרועה, כל הנשמות הללויה, הללויה, כל הנשמות הללויה, הללויה, כל הנשמות הללויה, הללויה, כל הנשמות הללויה, 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 הללויה.
Our annual gala is coming to a close, sort of. Due to technology, you can still place an ad in our virtual journal, or you can place another ad. How about that? We will keep the journal open until the end of the Super Bowl on Sunday, February 7th. And as important, we will keep our virtual auction open as well. So it's not too late to have some fun with sports, travel, food, and more. Visit the auction site for details. All proceeds help support the gala and the council. And supporting the auction will make our auction chair, Arlene Kleinberg, very, very happy. On behalf of the executive committee of the council, we want to thank each of you for tuning in this evening, and special thanks to our first-time gala chairs, Melissa Baer and Elizabeth Lampert, who put their heart and soul into this evening and managed a record number of 18 gala committee members, and of course, our staff gala team led by Donna Bartel. Thank you all, one and all. See you next year, live and in person. Now, where was I?